Just a quick thing. Has it started? Did you turn it on? I turned it on. Okay. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. I'm Mozan Kirkbay. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my astrology channel. This is the second part of our weekly tarot zodiac readings that we prepare, organize, and record every week, friend. We filmed the first part yesterday, the segment from Aries to Virgo. Today, in astrology, the middle sign is Virgo, and the head, the starting sign, is Aries. But today, we will be filming the part from Libra to Pisces together. We will interpret them. If you're ready, the tarot cards are ready too. As you know, we start with the sun signs. After that, we move on to the moon signs of the zodiac. First, let's see. Libra is the leader of the air signs. In other words, the cardinal sign, dear Libras. Let's see how your upcoming week will go. We'll review this together, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see for now. Sun sign Libra, card number 1. Sun sign Libra, card number 2. And Sun sign Libra, card number 3. Moon sign Libra, card number 1. Moon sign Libra, card number 2. Moon sign Libra, card number 3. My request from you is this. If your sun sign is Libra and your moon sign is Sagittarius, you should listen to the Sagittarius part for the moon sign. The moon sign for Libra does not concern you because your moon sign is Sagittarius. I think it's useful to clarify this now. Sun sign Libra. At the beginning of next week, we have the Seven of Swords. It's a period where you are vulnerable to being deceived. The moon will be in Scorpio, but at the same time, it's a period where you need to achieve mental stability and remain consistent, whether it's in your school life, work life, or in all aspects of life outside your relationships. The Seven of Swords indicates a beginning of the week prone to deception and being deceived, and where you need to be stable. For the coming week, for those with the sun in Libra, and for those with Libra rising, when we get to the middle of the week, we have the Six of Cups. It says, in your professional career life, remember that everything outside of your emotional life is considered your career. Everything that you've done in the past will sooner or later come back to you in one way or another. Whether you realize it or not, as you move forward, you will reap the rewards of your past. You will receive the results of your actions. Because of this, things might get a bit tangled up. So make sure to stay consistent. Dear Libra Sun, in the middle of the coming week, today is also the day Jupiter moves into Cancer. The moon is in Sagittarius. There will be a rather dynamic flow of energy because not only is the moon moving into Sagittarius, but Jupiter is also ending its journey in Gemini and beginning its transit in Cancer. It is shifting from the air element to the water element. At the end of the week, in the final card, the moon will be in Capricorn. And that card says, the news you receive if you remain consistent and don't get deceived since the moon will be in Capricorn at the end of the week, the Four of Wands indicates you will achieve tangible results and this will lead to a celebration. Dear Libra rising, or those with the sun in Libra, this will lead to a celebration. With the advantages coming from the past, maybe you did something before that is now coming to fruition and it exists in the present. When these two come together, a celebratory atmosphere is created, and if you proceed steadily at the beginning of the week, this celebratory mood will be created for you. It's worth mentioning this, dear Libras. Otherwise, if you are deceived and they trick you and then you don't remain consistent, forget about this celebration. Exactly. Now, let's move on to Libras with the moon sign. For Libras with the moon sign, the first card is this. It looks like there's an escape involved. Six of Swords. I can't live this here. Either I'll fix this place or I'll leave. Six of Swords. You need to make a decision about something there. Are you able to take the risk of leaving here in your emotional life, or are you going to just leave and run away? Stability is essential there. Exactly, stability is essential. You also need to be careful not to be deceived. While experiencing the Six of Swords, a journey is involved. When you reach the middle of the week, there may be people around you from your close circle who want to deceive you. Exactly. Just so you don't leave. Exactly. So you don't leave and stay where you are. So that you stay stuck in place. So that you can't succeed. Aha. Dear moon sign Libras. It's an important turning point this week. It's an important turning point this week. If you take a step back, all the effort you've put in will go to waste, according to him. The end of the week, the moon is in Sagittarius. It's moving from Scorpio to Sagittarius. You need to make that turn. So that at the end of the week, the moon will move into Capricorn. You'll say at the end of the week, the moon is in Capricorn. I'm going to do this, man. 5 of Swords. And I'm not afraid of losing. That's the most important part. I'm not afraid of losing. I'll go and live what I want somewhere else. You can't fool me by saying I'll live what I want in some other way. Huh? I'll just go and do what I've done so far somewhere else. I'm not afraid of losing. Achtung! You need to name these things now. Dear Libra moons. Next week, you especially need to pay attention to this. And after you name it, you'll celebrate anyway. Mayday, 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 Mayday. Achtung! Now, let's move on to Scorpio sign. What are you like, dear Scorpios? What are you not? We're going to review that together for the upcoming week. Sun sign Scorpio 1, Sun sign Scorpio 2, and Sun sign Scorpio 3. Because in the universe, there is no limit to energy. It changes depending on how you use it. There is a collective field. It's the point where everyone's energy comes together. By opening up my own energy with tarot, I can enter the collective energy and interpret the zodiac signs because there are no limits in energy. When you enter the collective, you can see everyone. It depends on whom you want to see. And there is a tool for this. I use the tool of tarot. I use the tool of astrology because I know the rotation system of the universe. How do you use your energy? That depends on you. Everything operates in a completely scientific way. Achtung! Moon in Scorpio 1. Moon in Scorpio 2 and Moon in Scorpio 3. Dear Scorpios, at the beginning of next week, when the moon is in your first house, you need to consider all possibilities. Is this it? In order to be able to say, this is it. Exactly. Is this it? You need to consider all possibilities to be able to say, this is it. When we get to the middle of the week, the moon will be in Sagittarius. You evaluated that opportunity, that possibility. Did you find that opportunity? Yes. The Prince of Cups says, use this when you say moon and spring. You searched and you found it. Which one? All right? Then go ahead and seize it. The moon is in Sagittarius, and you need to take advantage of it. This is an invaluable opportunity for you, dear Scorpio. Scorpio sun sign. A fast-paced flow. It's a process that needs to be evaluated. Jupiter is also moving into Sagittarius, into Cancer. The moon will also have moved into Capricorn. And it says if you seize that opportunity, you will head toward a major, profound transformation in your life. Well, you're going to go through this transformation anyway, whether you want it or not. At least one of those opportunities will definitely be taken advantage of. It will definitely turn out positively. That positive outcome is what will lead you toward a profound transformation next week. Dear Scorpio sun signs, so it would be good for you to be prepared for that major transformation. Because Pluto doesn't ask questions, it just presents the opportunity. It pushes you to seize that opportunity whether you want to or not. Here, Pluto is conjunct the moon. Achtung! You need to make the most of this, dear Scorpio sun sign. Let's take a look at Scorpio moon sign. Scorpio moon says that right now, you need to be a bit more flexible in your life and open yourself up to some new things. Scorpio moon signs, if you can be a little flexible, you'll see tangible changes and innovations entering your emotional life. If we don't look at things in a completely straightforward way, because Scorpio is a fixed sign, and since it's a fixed sign, it's not easy for it to be flexible. They improvise what they do, but they're not flexible. That's why they need to be more flexible. That's what the Knight of Pentacles says. By the way, the moon is also in Scorpio. Now you need to use flexibility. On top of that, with the Empress card and Jupiter moving into Cancer, you also need to use your creativity. If you want to feel as much love as you desire in your moon sign, then be open to innovation in your life. Be flexible and be creative. Push your limits. Mayday, mayday. Step out of your ego. If you don't step out of your ego, you can't become us anyway. This is a law of the universe. It's the law of the universe. No one who can't let go of their ego can ever become part of us. This is telling you to move towards becoming us. When the moon moves into Capricorn at the end of the week, and the Hermit card appears in the tangible matrix section of the Matrix Tarot, it says, now set a direction for yourself. So where do you want to experience these feelings? Where do you want to live out what's in your mind? Since you've been open to new things and pushed your own limits, then it's time to set a new direction, dear Scorpio, in your life. And you will be the one to determine this. You will determine it with your intuition, dear Scorpio, not with your hormones. Be careful, not with your hormones. Achtung. Take this week very seriously. Look, the last card is the Hermit. The last card is death. There is a truly profound transformation. This and this. It will happen in a direction you choose. There's nothing to be done. Now, let's move on to the flying kitties. Dear Sagittarius sign. Let's see how your upcoming period will be next week. Sagittarius sun sign, first card. Sagittarius sun sign, second card. And Sagittarius sun sign, third card. Sagittarius moon sign, card number 1. Sagittarius moon sign, card number 2. And Sagittarius moon sign, card number 3. It says, Dear Sagittarians, to Sagittarius sun signs, at the beginning of the week, the moon will be in your 12th house, rising Sagittarius. You need to push everything to the limit. The true swords, you will be fair. There will be points that are hidden unknown. They will also be behind you. Zortekton represents the second house. And you need to push all possibilities to the limit, dear rising Sagittarius. The true swords push the possibilities, but be fair. And for Sagittarians who have a court case, it also says that the fair person will deliver the verdict. Don't evaluate the issue only from your own perspective, or you'll end up disappointed. When the moon moves into Sagittarius in the middle of the week, when it enters the first house, are you ready for chaos? The Council of Wands. Let's dive into that chaos and throw it into your living space now. Because this card is here. Here's the first empire. Living space. If you push your luck in your living space, chaos will come. Excessive activity. Attraction to chaos. Are you ready for that chaos, dear Sagittarius? In your business life next week, exactly when Jupiter moves into Cancer. At the end of the week, the moon is in Capricorn. What does it say? In the house of values, you will enter that chaos. Exactly. And you will move your values somewhere else, to another area. This is a spiritual matrix. It is a card that changes your world. It is ruled by the planet Saturn. And it says you'll change your world. Well, there is only one way to change your world. It is to throw your current world into chaos. And for that, not to push all the conditions to the limit. The real deal when it comes to wands is right here. You will change your world. Chaos awaits you next week, dear Sagittarius sun signs. Be careful. What does it say for Sagittarius moon sign? For Sagittarius moon, it says you keep fighting in your emotional life, in your moon sign. Keep fighting. Don't blow anything out of proportion. Don't create handicaps. Don't create chaos. Move forward slowly. Continue your struggle. When the moon is in Scorpio, and raise your bar to such a level that success becomes inevitable. Focus on that. If you focus on succeeding, on achieving, you'll move towards success. If you blow it out of proportion, this place will start to seem very far away to you because you're overly focused on where you are right now. If you focus, you'll grow. But if you treat it like a normal struggle, you'll say, I can handle this easily. Saying, I can handle this is already the king of all swords, and you need to keep going on the path you believe in. You need to take your success and keep moving forward on the path you believe in next week. You've achieved success, all right? Now, I've given up on this. Then why did you start down this path? Wouldn't people say that? Why did you start down this path? Well, I was bored, that's why. In this case, aren't you being unfair to the other person? Were you just having fun with the other person? See, they also need to commit to and believe in the path you believe in. Yes, but you also shouldn't lose your faith after your first success. Mayday, 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 because the world is about to start changing. Just so you know. Now, let's move on to the leading earth sign, the cardinal sign of Earth. Dear Capricorns, how will your week ahead in all its possibilities unfold? Capricorn Sun sign 1, Capricorn Sun sign 2, and Capricorn Sun sign 3. Capricorn Moon sign 1, Capricorn Moon sign 2, and Capricorn Moon sign 3. Let's see what awaits Capricorn Sun signs in the coming week. Card number 1 says that you will start with a balanced exchange of value. When the moon is in Scorpio, it's the 11th house. External connections. There, you need to experience a balanced Six of Pentacles. You need to keep the give and take of money and value exchanges in balance, because as we reach the middle of the week, the balances will start to shift. The balance card. Be fair, be balanced. Because you are heading towards balance, if you haven't been fair here while those balances are changing, the value you have may not be enough for you to stay balanced. It may not be enough, dear Capricorn. Because at the end of next week, you will be moving into the first house, your own living space. If there's no value left there, what will you do for yourself then? What will you do then? Because you also need to transform those values with the Wheel of Fortune. How will you transform the value that is no longer there? This is the transformation card. Tangible, something you can hold in your hand. It is the card of transformation in the material world. It's time to transform those values. That's why it needs to be kept in balance. If you spend this balance extravagantly, especially while the moon is in Sagittarius, things will already get out of hand. Exactly. This card is also ruled by Jupiter. The Wheel of Fortune, our shared structure of Jupiter and Venus. If you don't maintain this balance, what will you do here? You won't have any value left in your hands. What will you transform then? There will be nothing left to transform. Let's move on to the moon in Capricorn. When the moon is in Capricorn, it says that at the beginning of the week, there's going to be excessive attention. Put your enthusiasm aside, because you'll be in that kind of mood. You'll want attention like a child, and you'll be in a lucky period in your emotional life. Don't overdo it. Don't start acting overly spoiled, dear Capricorn. Because then you'll start to panic. The other person will say, do I have to deal with you? Exactly, dear Capricorn. Do I really have to deal with you, huh? I'm showing you attention. You're getting it because I'm showing it, or you're getting it because I'm showing it, or you're suffocating me. Do I really have to deal with you, my friend? Then, at the beginning of the week, you start to panic. I don't want to lose this comfort zone, this relationship. I don't want to lose these values. But then it doesn't work either. They won't buy it then either. They won't buy it then either. When the moon moves into Capricorn, you'll be left with just 1 out of 3 in your hand, because next week, you're entering a new adventure period. Because up above, it's time for this to be transformed. This comfort zone is going to start moving in a completely different direction. Make good use of the luck at the start of next week as the moon enters your sign, Capricorn. You might panic with the news you receive, but there's really no need, because you're starting a new adventure. Land is in sight on the horizon, dear Capricorn. You need to make good use of that darkness in your emotional life next week, but I'll stay at sea. No, that's not possible. You are the cardinal sign of Earth, not of the sea. Now, let's move on to Aquarius, the walking geniuses. I say that because they're ruled by Uranus. It's no small thing. Uranus is their ruler. Sun sign Aquarius, card number 1. Sun sign Aquarius, card number 2, and Sun sign Aquarius, card number 3. Moon sign Aquarius, card number 1. Moon sign Aquarius, card number 2, and Moon sign Aquarius, card number 3. Let's see what awaits Aquarius sun signs this week. First of all, it's time to throw off the burdens you've been carrying. Exactly. And my moon sign is Aquarius too. I let go yesterday. Lift those burdens off your shoulders. Let them go. Otherwise, you won't be able to see what's ahead of you. Your guide will falter. Your direction will be lost. You'll end up going in directions you never wanted. At the beginning of the week, when the moon is in Scorpio and starts moving towards Sagittarius, if you don't throw off those extra burdens, do you know what you'll start doing right here? You'll start to feel afraid in your subconscious. Why? Because your subconscious is responsible for keeping you safe. If your conscious mind keeps saying, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this, and you end up with too many burdens, your body can't handle it. Yes, the body can't take this anymore. So, automatically, your subconscious, which is like your automatic robot, says, Achtung, Houston, we have a problem. Houston says we have a problem. Its duty is to keep you safe, because subconsciously, then you find the knot. Exactly. So, what will you do when the moon moves into Capricorn? Look, with the great Argan and Ben Aslan, the man says that you are in a waiting period during this time. Withdraw into yourself and review what you have been doing, and if necessary, change your perspective. While changing your perspective, see what resonates with you and what doesn't. Don't take on everything at once. With this perspective, you might realize, oh, this never valued me at all. Well then, let me get rid of this. Why am I carrying it? Of course, it might escape my notice. Naturally, my subconscious automatically kicks in and says, help, help, what's going on? We don't have a safe space, and we don't have enough energy either. It starts to sound the alarm. Aha. That's why you should withdraw into yourself. Take a look. Take a look. What is your body telling you? What is your inner self saying? Aquarius moon signs. Yes, now you're saying you've had enough of certain things. You've had enough of some things. I keep encountering the same things over and over. Where is the problem? Where am I making a mistake? In your moon sign. Where am I making a mistake? Let me tell you where you're making a mistake. Well, conflicts of opinion, heartbreaks, and a lack of value in your emotional life. Take a look and see, are you the grand prize there? Or are you just a consolation prize, a spare tire? Achtung! The fall from the sword says, the third person in the relationship. I'm fed up. Then just get rid of the relationship. Of course, end the relationship so that your value can rise in the coming period. Otherwise, you'll keep feeling upset. Mayday, mayday. Dear Aquarians. So, what does this mean? It means we're going to remove this part. We're going to be the only one there. You won't be the second person in the other person's life. Dear Aquarius moon. You need to pay attention to that. There's nothing you can do about it. Now, let's move on to the closing sign of astrology, also known as the swans of Lake U. Dear Pisces. Why? Because they don't walk, they glide. Exactly. Sun sign Pisces, 1. Pisces sun sign 2. Pisces sun sign 3. Pisces moon sign 1. Pisces moon sign 2 and Pisces moon sign 3. What does it say for Pisces sun signs? Next week, you will be in a period where you need to prove yourself, dear Sagittarius. Oh, dear Pisces. You will be in a period where you need to prove yourself, dear Pisces. Next week, when the moon is in Scorpio, did you prove yourself? Has the moon moved into Sagittarius? Has Jupiter moved into Cancer? Yes, that's when the alarm bells start ringing. Next week, the alarm bells are ringing there, and it says, I prove myself here, but this place isn't right for me. Aha, exactly. There is the question. I prove myself here, but this place isn't right for me. They'll drive me crazy here. 8 of Cups. They'll literally drive me crazy here. It's time for me to move on. Wait, let me see what the last card of the week says. Hold on. What does the last card of the week say? The news to come is positive. A resident. A resident. Dear Pisces, the news to come is positive. A resident. After that news, you'll take action. But this goes beyond the coming week. It does. So, next week, you need to distance yourself a bit from the breaking point, from the point of snapping. Because if you snap, you've already proven the positive news to yourself. Have you received the value of proving yourself? No. Will you leave without your worth? Will you give away your value as a gift? You shouldn't go without taking it. Take that value, and if you're going to leave, leave after that. Well, they'll send it to me from behind. No one will send it, man. Didn't they say this? Oh, he left. Well, then they'll say, let him take it. All right. Would you like that? No. Moon sign Pisces. Moon sign Pisces. Don't get caught up in pride and tribal infections. In your emotional life, the moon and Pisces energy isn't enough for you in this connection, in this relationship. This energy isn't enough for you here. You need to turn around and ask for accountability. What's going on? The energy isn't enough for you. There's an energy loss there. You're living something meant for 2 people all by yourself. You're taking it all on. It's not enough. Turn around and say, this, and this. So, aha, we can do this together. Ace of Pentacles. Otherwise, we'll never be able to reach this point. Otherwise, this relationship will never reach this value. And I'll just pass by it in transit. It's not enough, my friend. Gee, of course, if you don't want to experience uncertainty at the end of the week, you need to say what needs to be said at the beginning of the week, man. You will construct the sentence, and together you will build the Ace of Talisman. Otherwise, at the end of the week, you'll be saying, I don't understand a thing about this relationship. Of course you don't. because you're not talking. You're just listening in this area, wondering, maybe, maybe, maybe. Come on, just say it. Say it. Lay it out on the table. Find a way to bring it together. But if you don't say anything, then the opportunity passes by and comes around again. Oh, the opportunity is passing by. The opportunity is gone. What? What are we going to do now? You should have said this earlier. Exactly. Ha 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 ha. Yes, dear Pisces, that's exactly what you call a mess. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me for this week. See you in next week's videos. Don't forget to like and comment a lot. This is Ozan Kirpe from the Astrology Channel, wishing everyone a good weekend for now, and arrivederci. Yeah, you can end it now, bro. Thanks.